Hello students, a very good evening to everybody. My name is Ankit Sharma and I welcome all of you in this extremely important session at the one and only SSC exams by Exampur in English medium. My dear students, so day after day we are completing one or the other topics. Moving ahead, the topic for today's session is calendar. Calendar is again a vast topic and we will be discussing some of the important concepts related to calendar. You will be getting to know some of the amazing facts related to calendar and obviously we will be solving some of the questions as well. Alright, so quickly everybody please join us. Please like and share the session. Ask more and more students to join because at the end of the day, it's your energy which gives us some further energy. So we derive energy from your energy. Okay, so please hurry up, please like the session, share the session, ask more and more students to join, and then obviously we will be starting now. My dear students, if we talk about the weightage of this particular topic in the exam, the weightage of, yes, good evening Sam Moses, the weightage of this particular topic in the exam, my dear students, just hold on. Okay, the weightage of this particular topic in the examination is up to one question. Yes, this is the topic which is not that important from marks point of view. Yes, to be very honest, this is clock, calendar. These are some of those topics which are not as important from marks point of view. But certainly it is a part of your curriculum, your syllabus. We would be doing that. Okay. Now, my dear students, have a look at this. Okay, everyone. So now, have a look at this. What is the thought of the day? So the thought of the day is very simple. So what is the thought of the day, my dear students? The thought of the day is sometimes your path is going to be lonely and that's perfectly okay. I repeat, my dear students, the thought of the day is sometimes your path is going to be lonely and that's perfectly okay. In fact, it's not only perfectly okay, it's more than the okay. Okay, everybody? So sometimes your path is going to be lonely and it's perfectly okay. In fact, it's more than an okay. Sometimes in your journey towards success, in your journey towards preparation, you will find yourself alone. Nobody supporting you, nobody guiding you, nobody staying with you till the end. But please remember, that is the beginning of your success. That is the beginning of your good days. And now with these words, let us start with the topic calendar. My dear students, if we talk about this topic calendar, so there are various forms of calendar in the world. In India, forget about the world, that there are various types of calendars in the world, forget about the world. In India itself, we practice, we see more than 2 calendars. Okay, but obviously we are not going to discuss them. The broader aspect is the calendar which is accepted worldwide, the calendar which is accepted globally, worldwide, is the Gregorian English calendar that we follow. And now what is Gregorian English calendar? Why do we call it Gregorian English calendar? Because it was named after its founder, Pope Gregory XIII. Okay, Pope Gregory XIII was the one who introduced this calendar which we follow now worldwide, and it was founded on October 1582. So in the month of October 1582, so October 1582 was the year and October was the month. The date is still in confusion because it's long back. So let us not get into that. But yes, broadly in the month of October 1582, Pope Gregory XIII introduced calendar. So now let us discuss about the calendar. So what are the types of years? The first and foremost question is what are the types of years? And immediately I get an answer, and the answer is that, sir, it is simple and leap year. But that is wrong. When we talk about years, the primary classification of year is into non-century years and century years. So I repeat, the primary classification of year is non-century years and century years. So as the name suggests, century means 100. Century means 100. So century years are the ones which are completely divisible by 100. I repeat, century year are the ones which are completely divisible by 100. For example, the 1300th year, the 2000th year, the 2100th year, etc. They are completely divisible by 100 and hence they are simple year. Hence they are, century year. Hence they are century year. Getting it, everybody? Fine. Now, on the other side, what are non-century years? As the name suggests, non-century years are those which are not completely divisible by 100. I repeat, my dear students, non-century years are those which are not completely divisible by 100. For example, the current year 2022, the preceding year 2021, the following year 2023. Okay, all of them are example of non-century years. So my dear students, henceforth, today onwards, whenever anybody talks about years, first think of the primary classification, which is non-century and century years. Century years, as the name suggests, are those which are completely divisible by 100. For example, the 1300th year, 1400th year, 2000th year, 2100th year, and so on. On the other side, non-century years are those which are not completely divisible by 100. Not completely divisible by 100 means 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and so on. Okay, everybody? Now, my dear students, within century year and also within non-century years comes simple year and leap year. So now let us discuss about them also. So within non-century year, leap year are those which are completely divisible by 4, isn't it? Within non-century year, leap year are those which are completely divisible by 4. And what is the divisibility rule of 4? Last two digits should be divisible by 4. So the year 2016, then year 2020, then 2024, 2028, 2032, all are the examples of leap year. Okay, leap century year. Leap non-century year. Non-century, why? Because they are not completely divisible by 100, and at the same time leap because last two digits are divisible by 4. On the other side, the current year 2022, the preceding year 2021, the following year 2023, they are examples of simple non-century year. Non-century because not completely divisible by 100. Non-century means not completely divisible by 100, and simple means they are not divisible by 4 also. Last two digits are not divisible by 4. Now, if we talk about century years, century years are those, as we have discussed, they are completely divisible by 100, and within them leap year are the ones which are completely divisible by 400. So now there is a difference. Within non-century, leap year are the ones which are completely divisible by 4, but within the century years, leap year are those which are completely divisible by 400. So therefore, the 2000th year, the 2400th year, the 2800th year, the 3200th year, they are examples of leap century year. Century because they are completely divisible by 100, and at the same time leap because they are completely divisible by 400. All right, everybody. Now, if we talk about these years, they are examples of simple century years. For example, the 1900th year, the 2100th year, the 2200th year, the 2300th year, the 2500th year, they are examples of simple century years. Century because they are completely divisible by 100. And at the same time simple because they are not completely divisible by 400. All right, everybody? Fine, everyone? So I hope it is very clear. So henceforth, whenever you are studying the topic years or calendars, the primary classification is non-century years and century years. As the name suggests, non-century years are those which are not completely divisible by 100, and within them, leap year are the ones which are divisible by 4. Okay, the ones which are not divisible by 4 are simple years. If we talk about century years, within them leap year is that which is completely divisible by 400, and the one which is not divisible by 400 are example of simple century year. Getting it, everybody? Yes or no? I hope it is very, very clear. Now, moving ahead. My dear students, moving ahead. Let us talk about the properties of simple year in leap year. Most of the properties you are already aware. Some of the new ones I would be adding. For instance, each one of you are aware, my dear students, each one of you are aware that a simple year has got 365 days. And in a leap year, there are 365 days plus 1 day. This 1 day extra is due to 29th of February. This 1 day extra is due to 29th of February. Okay. Now, if we talk about the number of weeks, a week has 7 days, isn't it? Is there any doubt about it? A week has 7 days. So if we divide the number of days in a simple year 365, if we divide the number of days in a simple year 365 by 7, 7 5 are 35 and 7 2 are 14. So if we divide the number of days in a simple year by 7, quotient gives us the number of weeks. Quotient gives us the number of weeks. And this is the remainder. The remainder gives us effective odd days. So basically, what are effective odd days? Effective odd days are those days which are not able to form a week. For example, in 10 days, 7 days will form a week. The 3 days which are remaining will be odd. In 15 days, 7 plus 7, 14 days will form 2 weeks. The 1 day which is left out will be the odd day. If we talk about the leap year, which has 366 days, if you divide it by 7, 7 5 are 35, okay, and 7 2 are 14. So now the remainder is 2. So here again the quotient gives us the number of weeks, and the remainder gives us the effective odd days. Okay, so basically, as I have discussed, effective odd days are those days which are not able to form a week. And in order to find them, whenever you divide the number of days by 7, the quotient gives you the number of weeks. And the remainder gives you effective odd days. So quotient gives you the number of weeks, remainder gives you the effective odd days. Okay, everyone? Getting it, yes or no? Getting it, yes or no, my dear students? Okay. Now, moving ahead. Many of you might be thinking or wondering about, so what is this total odd days, 29 and 30? What is this total odd day, 29 and 30? We will come to that. But before that, many of you might ask me, or many of you might have a question before I come to this. Many of you might have a question that what is the use of effective odd day? What is the purpose? What is the use? So now let us discuss that. My dear students, have a look at this. My dear students, odd days. Odd days are those days, as I have discussed. See, before coming to that, as I have discussed, odd days are those days which are not able to form a week. For example, in 10 days, 7 days will constitute a week, 3 days are left out, they will be odd. Similarly, in 21 days, 3 weeks will be formed, 7, 7, 7, so 0 odd day. In 25 days, if you divide it by 7, 7, 3 are 21, 3 weeks will be formed, the 4 days which are left out will be odd. So that is what we have discussed, that if we divide the number of days by 7, the quotient gives us the number of weeks and remainder gives us the effective odd days. Fine. Now, my dear students, have a look at this. The question was of many students that, sir, what is the purpose of effective odd days? Why should we memorize or learn the effective odd days? Because what day it is, it basically depends on the effective odd day. Today is Monday, because if we calculate, I will show you that, I will prove it that today the effective odd day is 1. Tomorrow is Tuesday, because tomorrow the effective odd day will be 2, and so on. So this is the table. So if we get effective odd day is 1, the day will be Monday. Effective odd day is 2 means Tuesday. Effective odd day 3 means Wednesday. Effective odd day 4 means Thursday. 5 means Friday. 6 means Saturday. 7 or 0 means Sunday. And this is a continuous cycle. After that, again 8 means Monday. 9 means Tuesday. 10 means Wednesday. 11, 12, 13, 14. And again that this cycle will continue. So I hope it is very clear. Now let us talk about the total odd days. Let us talk about the total odd days, my dear students. So see, total odd days are those days. Okay, for example, you all are aware that January is a how many day month? January is a 31 day month. So if you divide 31 by 7, you get 3 as remainder. Now, February is an exception. Why? Because in It is an exception. Why it is an exception? Because in simple year it is of 28 days. If you divide it by 7, remainder will be 0. And in a leap year it is of 29 days. If you divide it by 7, remainder will be 1. March is the 31-day month. Divide by 7, remainder 3 and 3. April is the 30-day month. Divide by 7, remainder 2 and 2. May is the 31-day month. Divide by 7, remainder 3 and 3. June is the 30-day month. Divide by 7, remainder 2 and 2. July is the 31-day month. Divide by 7, remainder 3 and 3. August is the 31-day month. Divide by 7, remainder 3 and 3. September is the 30-day month. Divide by 7, remainder 2 and 2. October is a 31-day month. Divide by 7, remainder 3 and 3. November is a 30-day month. Divide by 7, remainder 2 and 2. December is a 31-day month. Divide by 7, remainder 3 and 3. And the moment you add all of them, you will be getting 29 over here. And here 29 is fine, but you will get an extra over here. So you will be getting 30. So this is all about the total odd days. We calculate it going by month by month. So if we calculate month by month, if we divide the number of days in a month by 7, quotient obviously gives us the number of weeks. The remainder is what we are looking for over here. I hope it is very clear. Fine. Next. Very important, very crucial. Centuries. See, century means 100 years. But any 100 year is not century. Yes, century means 100 years. But any 100 year is not century. Now, what is the meaning of this? See, when a batsman comes for batting at the crease, when he scores first run and then when he scores the 100th run, that is called a century. First run to 100th run. When that batsman scores 101 to 200th run, then it is called double century. When that batsman scores 201 to 300th run, then it is called triple century, and so on. So century is a block. We cannot say that when the batsman will score 70 to 170, that I will call century. You cannot say when the batsman will score 30 to 130, that I will call century. No, century is a block. Similarly, we cannot say that 2022 to 21-22 will be a century, or 21-22 to 22-22 will be a century. Century is also a block. First century 1 to 100 years, second century 101 to 200 years, third century 201 to 300 years, fourth century 301 to 400th year, and so on the things will continue, guys. So on the things will continue. Now what I have done, in each of the centuries, I have written those years which are completely divisible by 4. I repeat, in each of these centuries, I have written those years which are completely divisible by 4. So for example, in the first century, in the first 100 years, 4th year, 8th year, 12th year, 16th year, ... 96th year, and then 100th year. Similarly, in the next century, the years which are divisible by 4 are 104, 108, 112, 116, ... 196 and 200th year. Then in the next century, the years which are multiples of 4 are 204, 208, 212, 216, ... 296 and 300 year. After this, in the next century, it's 304, 308, 312, 316, ... 306 and 400th year. So that means, my dear students, all the years which are multiple of 4 in every century have been noted down one by one. Now, if you pay kind attention, these years which you can see, this year which you can see are examples of non-century years, isn't it? They're examples of non-century years. Why they're example of non-century years? Because none of them is completely divisible by 100. Go and try this. Divide it by 100. You will always get something or the other thing in remainder. Whereas these are the century years. These are the century years. Okay, these are the century years. Now just apply your mind. Within non-century years, leap year were the ones which are completely divisible by 4. And hence, since each one of them are completely divisible by 4, each one of them is a leap year. Each one of them is a leap year. But within century years, since leap year are the ones which are multiple of 400, leap year are the ones which are divisible by 400. So this is not divisible by 400. This is not divisible by 400. This is not divisible by 400. So they are cut across, they are cancelled. But yes, this obviously is divisible by 400. Okay, so that means the 100th year, 200th year, 300th year are not leap years. Why? Because you can say that, sir, they are completely divisible by 4. Yes, they are completely divisible by 4, But divisibility by 4 to check leap year is done in case of non-century years. In case of century years, we check that divisibility by 400. Okay, fine. Now moving ahead. Now have a look at this. So in the first century, how many leap years were there? The first leap year was 4th year, then 8th, then 12th, and so on till 96. So 424 and 96, 24 leap years were there. In the next century, the first leap year was 104, then 108, then 112, and then so on till 196. So this and this, it's 24 leap years. In the next century also, first leap year is this, then this, then this, then this, and so on till this. So again 24 leap years. In the next century, again first leap year, second leap year, third, fourth, and so on till this. But till here were 24 leap years. Till here were 24 leap years. Till here were 24 leap years, because these were not leap years. So here also till here are 24 leap years. Till here are 24, but plus this will make it 24 plus 1. So now if you add them, it is 96 plus 1, which is 97. And then that is one of the very crucial thing, guys, that so in first 400 years, the number of leap years were 97. In the first 400 years, yes, in the first 400 years, the number of leap year were 97. And that is what we just now discussed. Okay, everybody? Fine. Next, my dear students, now one very important thing, you can read it over here in the note. Generally, the leap year comes at every 4th year, isn't it? That is why we say that leap year are the ones which are divisible by 4, isn't it? Leap year are the ones which are divisible by 4. That is why we say that leap year comes at every 4th year. So, but is there an exception to it? Yes, there is an exception. And the exception is that generally the leap year comes at every 4th year. But when the century is about to change, it is not necessary that the leap year will come at the 4th year only. For example, see, generally the leap year is coming at every 4th year, but after 96th year, the next leap year was 104th, that is at the 8th year. Similarly, after 104, 108, and so on till 196, after 196, the next leap year was 204th, so at the 8th year. Similarly, after this normal, it continued 204, 208, 212, till 296, and after 296, the next leap year was not this, it was 304th. Okay, and similarly, guys, after 304, it's 308, 312, 316, 396. But after this, the leap year was this only, because it is divisible by 400. So, my dear students, generally leap year comes at every 4th year. But yes, there is an exception, and the exception is seen during the change of century. So, when the century is changing, then it is not necessary. That the leap year will come at the 4th year only. Is it a rule? No. If the year is not divisible by 400 and the century year, then it's not a leap year. But if it is divisible by 400, it is a leap year. So generally speaking, leap year comes at every 4th year. But when the century is about to change, then it is not necessary that the leap year will come at the 4th year also. Not necessary means it might come at the 4th year or it might not come at the 4th year. Okay, and that is what was stated over here, that generally the leap year comes at every 4th year, but when it does not come at the 4th year, it comes at the 8th year. Very important question. So after 96th year, the next leap year was at the 8th year, 104th. After 196th year, the next leap year was 204th. After 296th year, the next leap year was 304th. So at the 8th year, I hope you can understand this. Okay, everybody. Now, my dear students, please have a look at this. Please have a look at this. My dear students, so if we talk about this table, this is a very, very crucial table. Okay, and now how to, one thing is there that I can say you to mug it up. Now if I ask you to mug it up, you will do it, but there is no purpose then of these classes. So please understand, if we talk about the century, that is 100 years. If we talk about the century, that is 100 years. Okay, in 100 years there must be certain simple year, SY, there must be certain leap years, LY. And a while ago we discussed that in 100 years there are how many leap years? In 100 years there are how many leap years? 24. So my dear students, here are 24 leap years. So if there are 24 leap years, 100 minus 24 are 76 simple year. Okay, and we are well aware that about the number of days. So a simple year has got 365 days and a leap year has got 365 plus 1, 366 days. But irrespective of that, can we generalize and say that at least 365 days are there in any year? At least 365 days, at least 365 days are there in a year? Yes. So now, if at least 365 days are there in a year, multiply 365 by 100, which will give you 36500. And plus every leap year has got an extra day in the form of 29th February. So 24 into 1 is 24. And the moment you add them, you get 36524. The moment you add them, you get 36524. And that is the number of days. That is the number of days. Okay, that is the number of days in the century. Now, if you divide it by 7, this will be the quotient, which will give us the number of weeks. So the number of weeks in the century is this. In the century means 100 years is this. And the number of effective odd days is 5, which you can see. How this day is coming, I hope you are able to understand it. Okay, so nothing is there to mug up in any topic. It's all concept. Sometimes in order to simplify the concept, if it is not that important from marks point of view, we ask you to mug it up or generalize it. Okay, everybody? Now, my dear students, in the first 100 years, the effective odd days is 5, isn't it? In the first 100 years, the effective odd day is 5. So in the first 200 years, which includes the 100, it's 5 plus 5, 10. My dear students, in 100 years, 5 odd days. In 100 years, 5 odd days. So in first 200 years, it's 100 plus 100 means 5 plus 5, 10. And 10 means if you divide it by 7, 10 means if you divide it by 7, remainder will be 3 only. Similarly, in 100 years, there are 5 odd days. In 100 years, there are 5 odd days. So in 300 years, it's 5 plus 5 plus 5, that is 15. 5 plus 5 plus 5, that is 15. And the moment you divide it by 7, remainder will be 1. The moment you divide it by 7, remainder will be 1. All right, everyone? Getting it? Similarly, guys. Now, very important. If in 100 years, there are 5 odd days. So in 400 years, it's 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, it's 20. It's 20. But please understand that as of now, in 100 years, there were only 24 leap years. In next 100 years also, there were only 24 leap years. In the next 100 years also, there were only 24 leap years. But here there are 24 plus 1. So in the 400 years, there are 24 plus 1 leap year. So that one leap year will give you an extra day, 29th of February. That one extra leap year will give you an extra day, 29th of February. And that means 21 means if you divide it by 7, remainder will be 0. 21 means if you divide it by 7, remainder will be 0. And I hope that is what is there. So I hope that the table is clear. I hope that the table is clear. Yes or no, my dear students? Please tell me. Please confirm, guys. It's extremely important. Very, very important. Please tell me. Okay. Now, moving ahead. My dear students, now this is very crucial. This is very crucial. End days and start days of any century. So basically the question is, what are the end days and start days of century? The end days and start days of century, how to find it out, how to calculate it, how to check it, let us see. My dear students, all of you have already seen this table. Okay, so see, a year is 365 days. A simple year I'm talking about. A simple year is 365 days. So when you get 365 days, at the beginning of the year or by the end of the year? Obviously by the end of the year. A leap year has got 366 days. So if a leap year has got 366 days, by when you get 366 days? At the beginning of the year or by the end of the year? Obviously by the end of the year. So similarly, after 100 years, there are 5 odd days. At the end or at the beginning? Obviously at the end. Okay, for example, when we derived this table and we found out that 100 years had these many days. So 100 years has these many days. When we were able to calculate it? At the beginning of 100 years or by the end of 100 years? At the beginning of 100 years or by the end of 100 years? Obviously by the end of 100 years. So similarly, my dear students, by the end of 100 years, there are 5 odd days. By the end of 200 years, there are 3 odd days. By the end of 300 years, there are 1 odd day. By the end of 400 years, there are 0 odd days. So ending days we can't find out. Because from this table, 5 odd day means it's Friday, 3 odd day means it's Wednesday, 1 odd day means Monday, and 0 odd day means Sunday. So therefore, the ending days of a century are these only. So if a century will end, it will end on any of these 4 days. I repeat, if at all a century will end, I repeat, if at all a century will end, it will end on one of these days. One of these days. All right, everybody? Fine? Yes or no, my dear students? Yes or no? Okay. But now apply the common sense. If a century is ending on Friday, the next century will start on Saturday. If a century is ending on Wednesday, the next century will start on Thursday. If a century is ending on Monday, the next century will start on Tuesday. If a century is ending on Sunday, the next century will start on Monday, and so on. This is a continuous cycle. Okay, this is a continuous cycle. So the point is, now how the questions will be framed? The question will be, on which of the following days a century can end? On which of the following days a century can end? It will give you Saturday, Thursday, Tuesday, and Friday. Saturday, Thursday, Tuesday, and Friday. So you will mark Friday because only on this day century can end. It can also give you on which of the following days will a century start. On which of the following days the century will start, and the options will be Friday, Wednesday, Sunday, and Thursday. Friday, Wednesday, Sunday, and Thursday. So you will mark Thursday. Okay. But now one very important thing. You can see Monday is common in both of them, isn't it? So now that is the point. Hence Monday is the only day. Hence Monday is the only day on which a century can start as well as end. I repeat, my dear students, Monday is the only day on which a century can start as well as end. All right, everybody? Fine. So if the question is, which is the only day on which a century can start as well as end, it's none other than Monday. Okay? Next, my dear students, now let us come to the concept of calendar repetition. My dear students, the calendar for 2 years are said to have repeated if you pick up any date from the 2 years and they lie on the same day. I repeat, the calendar for 2 years A and B are said to have repeated if you pick up any single date from the 2 years and they lie on the same day. Okay? But from this you can also understand that the simple year can repeat only in simple year, and similarly a leap year can only repeat in leap year. Okay, because if a simple year and leap year you keep together, if a simple year and leap year if you keep together, and for example for both of them 1st of January is Monday, so 2nd January will be Tuesday, 3rd January will be Wednesday, 4th January will be Thursday, and so on. They will come together till 28th of February. But after 28th of February, the simple year will go on at 1st March, whereas the leap year will go to 29th February, and from there the diversion will be seen. From there the deviation will be seen. So therefore, a simple year can repeat in simple year only, a leap year can repeat in leap year only. Okay, everybody? And therefore, as I said, the calendar for 2 years are said to have repeated if you pick up any date of the 2 years and they lie on the same day. Okay, so now have a look at this. Now how this table is coming, there is a logic behind it, there is a common sense behind it, but again now that is not so much relevant from marks perspective, from your exams point of view. So let us skip it for a while. But if you want me to tell you the logic behind this, if you want me to tell you the logic behind this, even that I can say to you, even that I can explain to you. Okay, I will give you a small hint over here from which you can understand it. See, my dear students, any leap year will repeat itself after 28 years. Any leap year, I repeat, any leap year will repeat after 28 years. The first year after the leap year, whichsoever it is, will repeat after 6 years. The second year after the leap year, which will repeat after 11 years. The third year after the leap year, it will repeat after 11 years. And the fourth year after the leap year is itself a leap year. The fourth year after the leap year is itself a leap year. So it will also repeat after 28 years. All right, everybody. So I repeat, any leap year will repeat after 28 years. The first year after the leap year will repeat after 6 years. The second year, okay, after the leap year will repeat after 11 years. The third year after the leap year will repeat after 11 years. The fourth year after the leap year is itself a leap year. So even that will repeat after 28 years. All right, everybody. Fine. Yes or no? Fine. So for example, this is 2020. This is 2021. This is 2022. This is 2023. And this is 2024. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. I hope it is clear. Now see, my dear students. See, yes, Suresh, Sam, Moses, keep it up. Very good, brilliant. Now see, 2022, the current year. If somebody asks you when it will repeat, add 11 years, 2033. So if you pick up the calendar of the current year 2022, and if you add 11 to it and pick up the calendar of 2033, take any date from both of them, they will lie on the same day. 1st January, 2nd January, 1st April, 10th May, 16th June, 24th October, 28th November, 31st December, any day if you pick, they will lie on the same day. Now, you can also remember this, that 11 plus 11, 22 plus 6 will be giving you 28. This is the way to remember them. 11 plus 11, 22 plus 6 will be giving you 28 above and below. Now, what is the logic behind this? What is the logic behind this? For example, if you talk about the year 2021, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, and 2026, 2027, 2028, okay, 2029, and so on, so on. Now please understand, this is a leap year, this is the leap year, okay. Now see, my dear students, if somebody asks you that when will the year 2021 repeat, when will the year 2021 repeat, okay, so here after 6 years means 2027, after 6 years means 2027, okay. So now listen to me very carefully, now listen to me very carefully. See, we all are well aware that a simple year SY has got one effective odd day and a leap year has got two effective odd day. Haven't we discussed this? Haven't we discussed this? Yes. Divide simple year days 365 by 7, remainder will be 1. Divide leap year days 366 by 7, remainder will be 2. So that is where we have already discussed this in detail. We have already discussed it in detail. Now see, my dear students, have a look at this. Have a look at this. Simple year 1, simple year 1, simple year 1, leap year 2. Okay, simple year, simple year. Now see, my dear students, we know that a day repeats after 7 years. A day repeats after 7 years. For example, today is 12th of December, which is Monday. Add 7 to it, it will become 19th of December. Again, that will be Monday. Add 7 days to it. 26th of December, it will again be Monday. So a day repeats after 7 days. So today is Monday, add 7 days to today, it will again be Monday. Again add 7 days to it, it will again be Monday. So now have a look at this. 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So it will repeat, and then 2027. So 2021 will repeat after 6 years. 2021 will repeat after 6 years, and that is 2027. Okay. Further, if you want to check, more example. See, if somebody asks you when will 2022 repeat, if somebody asks you when will 2022 repeat, okay, so 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030, 2031, 2032. Okay. So these are the years. Okay. Now, Suresh, Sam, Moses, and now have a look at this. Here, these are the leap years. 2024, 2028, 2032, and so on. These are the leap years. Now, my dear students, have a look at this. Have a look at this. Now, if somebody asks you that when will be the calendar of 2022 repeat, okay? So now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it will repeat in this. It will repeat in this. But then please apply common sense. This is a simple year and this is a leap year. This is a simple year, this is a leap year. So they will start on the same day now. So if you check the calendar of 2022 and if you check the calendar of 2028, they will start from the same day. Their 1st January till 28th February will be same. After this will go in 1st March and this will go in 29th February and the deviation will start. So a simple year can repeat in simple year. A leap year can repeat in leap year. So let us move ahead. Let us move ahead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 it was repeating. But since it is a simple, it's a leap year, it cannot repeat till after 28th February, it will not repeat. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 again start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay. So now my dear students, are you getting it? Are you getting it? See, sorry, this is 2 na, this is leap year. My dear students, this is leap year. This is leap year. This is leap year. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again multiple of 7 it will repeat. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again it will repeat. So it will repeat when? At 2033. And that is what we were getting. 2022 will repeat after 11 years. 2022 will repeat after 11 years at 2033, and that is what we are getting. Now this is also a simple year, this is also a simple year, so it will completely repeat. It will completely repeat. Okay, fine, fine everybody. Now similarly, if somebody asks you about, for example, year 2020, if somebody asks you about the year 2020, okay, so if somebody asks you about the year 2020, so 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. So this is a very important concept which many people do not discuss. Okay, 2028, 2029, 2030, 2031, 2032. Okay. Then after that 2033, 2034, 2035, 2036, 2037, 2038, 2039, 2040, 2041, 2042, 2043, 2044, 2045, 2046, 2047, 2048 and so on. Okay. Now here what are the leap years? 2020, 2024, 2028, 2032, 2036, 2040, 2044, 2048 and so on. But now please remember that, okay, I will come to that. Suresh, I will come to that. Suresh, I will come to that. Okay. Suresh, I will come to that. You are talking about 2033. 2033. So after the leap year 2032, this is the leap year 2033. Okay. So it will repeat after 6 years. It will repeat after 6 years. Okay. So please, that is a point which you have to keep in mind. Okay, everybody. Fine. So after leap year 2032, this is the first year. After that, 2033, it will repeat after 6 years. Getting it or not, everyone? Yes. Now moving ahead. Now see here. See what is the step. 2, it is a leap year. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will repeat in this. It will repeat in this. So if you check the calendars, if you check the calendar of 2020 and if you check the calendar of 2025, they will start from the same day on 1st of January until 28th of February it will be same. But after that it will be a deviation because a leap year can repeat in leap year only. Okay. So now continue again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again it will go on. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 it will repeat, but it's simple here. So again 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After that again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will again repeat, but it's again a simple here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 7 didn't come. 7 didn't come. So now we will come to 14. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 didn't come, so we'll now come to 14. After 8, it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. So it will again repeat over here. It will again repeat over here. But again, my dear students, the same problem. This is a leap year. This is a simple year. So obviously the 1st January can be same till 28th of February, it will be same. But then after that, it will not repeat. After that, it will not repeat. So now again moving ahead. Again moving ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, everybody? Fine. So my dear students, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It will repeat when? Quickly tell me. When it will repeat? Getting it? My dear students, have I done a calculation error? 20, let me check. Yes, it's fine. It's fine. Come on, tell me. Come on, tell me, guys. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it will be next. This will be next. This will be next. This will be next. Okay. My dear students, this will be next. Please check this. See, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next. But simple here. So leave this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this will be the next. But again, it's a simple here. So, my dear students, I hope you are getting this. I hope you are getting this. So now 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope all of you are getting yes or no. Yes or no. Okay. See, Suresh, this concept is very important. The title of today's class is Calendar Some Important Concepts. So today we are primarily focusing on concepts. Obviously, in next class we can solve questions. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here it will repeat. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here it will repeat. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Here it will repeat. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then here it will repeat. Here it will repeat. So I hope all of you are getting it. I hope all of you are getting it. Yes or no? I hope all of you are getting it. So it will repeat after 28 years. 2020 will repeat after 28 years in 2048. In 2048. So 2020 will repeat after 28 years in 2048. But please remember, this table gives you effective results, correct results only if the years are within the same century. Only if the years are within the same century. So this is very crucial, which many people skip, which many people avoid, that this table gives you effective results. This table gives you correct results only if the things are there within the same century. Only if the things are there within the same century. I hope it is clear. If the things are beyond the century, if somebody asks you, when will be the calendar of 1896 repeating? When will be the calendar of 1696 repeating? When will be the calendar of 1796 repeat? So now, my dear students, do not follow this table blindly. Do not follow this table blindly, because now the things will be outside the century. And when the things will be outside the century, this table will not give you correct result. So now what you have to do, then you will have to proceed in this manner. Okay, then you will have to proceed in this manner. Okay, this manner will always 100, not 200% give you effective results. Now, what are the types of questions in the calendar topic? The types of questions in the calendar topic are miscellaneous questions like on what days a century can repeat, on what days a century can end, on what days a century can start, which is the only day on which a century can start as well as end, what are the, if the leap year does not come at the 4th year, then when it will come. So such kind of questions are coming under miscellaneous questions. Calendar repetition, we just now had a detailed discussion. Now here, to find the day with respect to a hypothetical day. So what do we do over here? Here what we do is, for example, if it will be given to you, today is 12th of December. So it will give to you that if 12th of December 2022 is Thursday, which actually it is not, then accordingly 12th December anything 2034 will be what? So these kind of question. Okay. So here, my dear students, the point is, it will be giving you a date and what day it is. Now that date actually can be that day or cannot be that day. That's not our point. That's not our agenda. If it has given that today 12th of December is Thursday, which actually it is not, but we can't do anything. It has been given. So accordingly we will find out this. So this is the second type to find the day with respect to a hypothetical day. And then the last type is to find the date when a date has been given. To find the day when a date has been given. Okay, everybody? Fine. I hope it is very, very clear. So with this, my dear students, please have a look at this. My dear students, today we have discussed all the important concepts. And now, for this, if you want us to discuss more concept, more in-depth concept, if you want to solve questions also, practice questions also, then come and get enrolled in our paid batches. And for that, the Exampur official app is the one-stop solution. Why I'm telling you that Exampur official app is the one-stop solution for all government job aspirants because of the following features. What are the offerings? What we provide to you over here? Number one, we provide you live paid courses. We provide you live paid courses with test series. We provide you free subject-wise and topic-wise quizzes with report card. We provide you free job alert, admit card and exam date. We provide you all exam previous year PDFs with solution. We provide you free All India Scholarship test with report card. We provide you topic-wise free live classes. We provide you free full-length and sectional test with report card. We provide you free exam-wise PDFs and practice set PDFs. We provide you daily, weekly and monthly current affairs. We provide you unlimited subject-wise practice questions, unlimited. My dear students, here I will particularly like to highlight 2 points. For any student who is preparing for any exam, he or she must have access to the previous year PDFs, question papers. And if you are getting solution also, it's an added advantage. Secondly, you must be able to get or see into the unlimited subject-wise practice questions so that you can solve more questions. Now, the point is you will be able to get these benefits only if you are able to download and install the app. So for that, from your Android mobile phone, go to the Google Play Store and type over there Exampur app. The moment you type Exampur app, such a kind of interface will appear and then you will be asked to click on the install icon. The moment you click on the install icon, within couple of minutes it will be opened. Okay, and now for opening, okay, since you are a new user, since you are a first time user, you will be asked to provide the basic details like your name, date of birth, email, password, phone number, state, city. And the moment you click on I agree with terms and conditions and submit on register, you have registered yourself. Okay, now my dear students, this will be your homework question. This will be your homework question. You will solve it and you will answer it under the comment box. I repeat, my dear students, this shall be or this will be your homework question. You will solve this and you will answer it under the comment box. Okay, everybody? Fine. So now with this, let us come to an end of the session, my dear students. And I will again request all of you, my dear students, that here it is, the SSC CHSL 2022 SAFALTA batch. The SSC CHSL notification was out on 6th of December and therefore without any delay, we brought to you the SSC CHSL SAFALTA batch with the following benefits. Okay, the batch is in both English medium or bilingual, whichever you prefer. You will be getting 450 plus hours of live classes, live foundation classes, class PDFs, daily practice paper, mock test series, sectional test and previous year papers. This batch is currently priced at ₹2799, but if you apply the coupon code SSC50, you will get flat 50% off and get it at as low as 1399. And yes, if you want to look at the faculty members who will be guiding you, so here they are. These faculty members will be guiding you, will be mentoring you, will be nurturing you till the very end. Okay, so with this, we come to an end of the session. I hope you all really enjoyed the session, guys. Please believe in yourself. The day you start believing in yourself, the world will believe on you. Yes, guys, believe in yourself. The world will believe on you. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Take care.